Aha, someone just did that, yes. So somebody was overtaking me, just come out the speed limit zone. Fantastic. That's excellent. You see, this is my point. The standard of UK driving is getting worse. I've been talking for 10 minutes, and already there's somebody who's gone from 50 right up to 70, realised that they need to turn off the motorway and cut across 3 lanes. That is crap for planning. That is crap looking ahead. You know where the junction is, you probably bloody live there. Why not just use a bit of common sense and get in the right lane?
Now. Jesus Christ.
Hi there and welcome back to Dorset Scouser's Garage. You joined me on a trip on the motorway. And I usually get quite bad road rage on the motorway. It seems to me that the standard of UK driving just gets worse and worse. I don't know what it's down to, whether people are getting worse initial kind of training in their driving. Say when I was learning to drive, which wasn't that long ago, the instruction was very good. Whether it's these cars are all getting sort of automated and automatic and so detached from the driving experience that everyone just switches off and sits on their phone, or relies on the kind of lane departure technology and basically just lets the car drive itself. I don't know if that's a factor, whether the general population of the UK in total is getting older, and the reactions aren't as good, and there are more crashes because of that. And there are also crashes caused by young people who drive very dangerously as well. But yeah, this is just a little roundup of some of the kind of motorway habits that really really me off. Number one, lane hogging, middle lane hogging specifically. You get quite a lot of people. I have an image of them in my head that they don't do much motorway driving. They don't know really where they're going. They've got the sat nav in front of their faces. And they're sitting in the middle lane because that's where they're comfortable, because they don't have to overtake trucks there, and they're in the middle, so if they, for some reason, they have a puncture, they won't hit a wall or hit another car. But it's so bloody dangerous. It really, really annoys me when people sit there at 60 or 65, or even if they sit there at 70 in the middle lane and there's nobody in the left lane. They should just move over. Yes, cars shouldn't be doing more than 70, but if they are, if there's an emergency vehicle behind them and they need to get out of the way, if you're sitting there doing 65 or 60 and there are people doing 90 in the fast lane and you're sitting in the middle lane, the people in the left lane using that lane legitimately, maybe at 70 miles an hour, they're going to have to undertake you or risk pulling out into this fast traffic in order to get past you because you're sitting there dawdling. So yeah, if you find yourself in the middle lane and there's nothing towards the left-hand lane, even if there's a truck 500 yards down the road, pull into the left lane, because chances are you'll be letting a lot of traffic going past you. You see this with traffic jams that are caused by miles and miles of clear left-hand lane road, and then you just got some moron doing 55 in the middle lane, and everyone having to pull out, and people going too fast having to brake to let other people pull out to the fast lane. Yeah, it's a really awful driving habit, and people should just stop doing it. The police here have cottoned onto it recently, so there are on the spot fines for middle lane hogging. I'm probably guilty a little bit more than others of maybe weaving in and out a little bit more than I should do. I'm not a perfect driver, I wouldn't suggest that for the world. But yeah, if I spot an opportunity, if there's 200 yards of left-hand lane, or even 100 yards of left-hand lane, I will go for it. So I just pulled in here, given the chance for somebody, but they've also pulled in and they've used their indicators and they were an Audi. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but that could be the first time that's happened on video. Yeah, it does need more signalling and more work and more manoeuvring in and out, but it's worth it. Pull into the left-hand lane. Annoyance number 2 is people just tapping their brakes constantly. Again, I'm not sure what this is down to. Maybe people are using cruise control and don't know how to regulate their speed, so rather than setting the speed on the cruise control, they just tap the brakes all the time. So they'll accelerate and tap the brakes, and accelerate and tap the brakes. And it produces a concertina effect behind them, because people think, oh, someone's tapped their brakes, there must be something dangerous happening ahead. I must apply my brakes now. usually a little bit harder. The person behind them has to apply harder and harder and harder. Eventually that builds up into a queue. So yeah, maintain the speed, maintain a distance to the car in front so that you know that if they're going to do something stupid, you have time to react and not have to slam on your brakes. Again, this comes down to tailgating as well. It's another thing that I don't like about motorway driving, is you get people right up your arse and you're doing 70 miles an hour. If you have to brake suddenly or if you get a puncture, they're into the back of you. And yeah, nothing you can do about it. But yeah, stop tapping your brakes. This isn't directed at anyone in general, it's just me getting a load off my mind. Number 3, people not indicating. And this is common in all roads. On the motorway especially, it's really important. You get people merging onto motorways, and say you're in the middle lane and you've let them go out, they're merging with a truck and then they just shoot out in front of you, not giving you any indication of what they're doing. It's not that difficult to just use your arm to do that. Let somebody know what you're doing. Again, I indicate more than most people. I indicate just like every time I change the direction. I move slowly as well, so I've got a OCD, not OCD, OBD. I've got plenty of OCDs. I've got an OBD reader for the van, which allows me to change some of the settings. So I've got the indicator, if you just press it up slightly, by default it does 3 blinks of the indicators and then it turns off. I've got that set to 5, because I gradually move lanes rather than just shooting across. But yeah, use your indicators. Number 4, gotta be people going too slow. The motorway has a speed limit of 70, and you get people who will sit there. You get people in older cars who rightfully so, will do 50 or 60 because they don't want to drag their car out because it's old. But yeah, you get people in perfectly modern cars doing 55. Those people sitting in the middle lanes doing that. Really, really dangerous. But yeah, it is 70. A lot of people don't like motorway driving. Consider maybe getting, if you really hate motorway driving, you're not a confident driver, consider doing the Pass Plus. Get some time on a motorway with an instructor. It's a really dangerous place to be. Yes, and I can understand why you're nervous, yes. But the roads are, given the conditions, if you're not, like I am, approaching some roadworks, given the conditions, you should be able to do 70 miles an hour. Obviously less if you're in a truck. Number 5, I think 5 is what we're up to. People not planning ahead. This one I was reminded of because we're going into a motorway section, a roadwork section, and generally there's a lot of motorway works being done in Britain at the moment. Some upgrading them to smart motorways, so you can change the speed limit, they can block off the hard shoulder, allow traffic to go through that to ease congestion. But generally the speed limit through these sections is 50 miles an hour. But for 3 miles prior to it, you get warnings that there are roadworks coming up. And the people that use these motorways, they use them quite often, and they know where the roadworks are. So I know at about 1 mile to go, which is signposted, and then 800 yards, 600 yards, 400 yards, there's going to be a 50 mile an hour speed limit there. So rather than do 70 all the way up to that 50 and then slam on my brakes, or continue to do 70 for a little bit until you see a speed camera and then slam on your brakes, why not just ease up to those works? I can time it relatively perfectly. So as soon as that 50 mile an hour sign is there, and this goes on to a slightly separate adjacent point, which I'm going to go on to. As soon as that 50 mile an hour is there, you're doing 50 miles an hour. It's not helped by the trucks that will do 56 no matter where they're going. There's been talk of raising these speed limits to 60 miles an hour to stop that happening. So you'll get trucks in the middle lane, kind of bombing past people and obviously scaring the life out of slightly less confident drivers when they've got a truck overtaking them. But yeah, it's 50. As soon as that speed limit sign says 50, it's 50. The same applies not on motorway driving. If you're in a village and you're doing 30, then the usual practice is as soon as you see a national speed limit sign, you start to accelerate and you start to do national speed limit. But it's still 30 in that village. So again, as we will be leaving these roadworks, it's 50 right up until that sign to say it's not 50. You shouldn't be doing 70 by the time it says do 70. It's 50 until the end of that roadworks section. So here. You can't see because you're facing the other way, but there's another speed camera just here, and 50 yards down the road it's now 70 miles an hour. So luckily, because of the speed camera there, everybody's doing 50 until that point, and then we accelerate. We don't start accelerating as soon as we see a national speed limit sign. Point number 6 is, I'm running out of points here. Point number 6. Aha, someone just did that, yes. That's part of planning ahead. So somebody was overtaking me, just come out of the speed limit zone. Fantastic. I will have that on dash camera. That's excellent. You see, this is my point. The standard of UK driving is getting worse. I'm just talking, I've been talking for 10 minutes, and already there's somebody who's gone from 50 right up to 70, realised that they need to turn off the motorway and cut across 3 lanes. That is crap for planning. That is crap looking ahead. You know where the junction is, you probably bloody live there. Why not just use a bit of common sense and get in the right lane, rather than slamming on your brakes and then cutting all the way across? It was 19 minutes to 5, so I'll know exactly on the dash cam footage when to do that. That was a Ford Cougar, almost a brand new car, probably relying on the cruise control to direct them off to somewhere else. But yeah, think ahead. You're probably using a sat nav, it's going to be telling you to take the next exit. Point number 6, be considerate to other road users. Again, I'm probably, it sounds weird, I probably do think about other road users more than most other road users. So for instance here, I might consider using my washers because there's nobody behind me. But you'll get people, I'm driving a Honda, for instance, in the convertible, and you see in the traffic lights, and somebody in front of you will start washing their windscreen wipers. I mean, how selfish is that? They probably don't realise, they probably don't look around because they're not being observant. But just think about other road users. If I've got somebody overtaking here, and I've got 2 trucks in front of me, I'm not just going to think, oh, I'll just pull out because I need to pull out. I will ease off a little bit, let them pass, and then go through. Same way that traffic merging onto the motorway. For instance, if you're in the left-hand lane and you've got a road that is merging onto the motorway, chances are, if it's busy, you'll get somebody overtaking you whilst there's traffic trying to merge on, so you can't get out of the way. Just think, just ease off. If there's potential danger, potential hazard, ease off, see what's going to happen. Let another person make a decision before you force them into a decision. So yeah, just stop being so selfish on the motorway for all those drivers that do. Just pay a little bit of respect to other people. Truckers, for instance, they have a really bloody hard time. Bloody hard job that is. And not enough people let them out. And for instance, I'm passing a group of truckers now, and I know that at some point one of them is going to indicate to let me out. I'm not just going to try and tear ass past them. I'll let one of them out. Because chances are, yes, I can't overtake them now, but in 10 seconds maybe I can overtake. And 10 seconds out of my day is not the end of the world. They need to be places they're working, I need to be places I'm working. Let's just show each other a bit more respect on the roads. Point number 7. I quite often come across people that do things which are completely unexplained. I remember one incident when I was up north. I think I was going between seeing friends in Hull and Liverpool, and it was a stretch of 2-lane motorway. I think one of the lanes had left the motorway on the side road off, so there were only 2 lanes, and I was following them. We were both in the left-hand lane. They pulled over to the right-hand lane, doing 65, and then slammed on their brakes. Absolutely nothing in front of them. Slowed down to 55, 50, probably even 45, and to slam on my hazards because there was a person in that lane behind them who didn't have a clue what they were doing. They just pulled out for no reason and slammed on their brakes. Now, I can't think of any reason why you'd do that, especially not on the motorway. But so you get people on their phones, and people veering across lanes, people who aren't, you're coming up to traffic and people who aren't paying any attention, they'll just, let's say for instance that my second car was written off by somebody who wasn't paying any attention on the road. There was a lane of queuing traffic on the left hand side, and we had all come to a stop. This car in front, I think maybe that the car in front had stopped for no particular reason, because there wasn't any traffic in front of them. I think there might be a hazard down the road, but I think they just panicked. I slammed on my brakes and managed to stop within a couple of feet of them, no problem at all. The car behind me stopped as well. Then when Renault began doing, I think it was through a 50-mile-an-hour limit as well, probably doing 60 or 70, was in the middle of a lane change, not looking, and slammed into the back of the car behind me, which rolled into my car, and then I bumped into the car in front. So not that much damage on mine. The two cars behind me both had airbags go off, but my car was right off as well as the two cars behind. That was all down to a person who was just simply not paying any attention. There was not as much traffic in that middle lane. He could easily see in front of him. He could see that the left-hand lane was stopped or stationary, and he didn't stop. So yeah, you're on the motorway. You need to be paying attention constantly because there's a lot of cars around you, more and more every day, more and more cars on the road. So yeah, it's just worth concentrating. Point number 8, there's got to be people going way too fast. Obviously, if you've got a performance car, you've got a sports car, if you've got a supercar, you don't get much of a chance in the UK to go as fast as you want. The Isle of Man, for instance, has got some roads with no speed limit, so you can do whatever speed you want on it. Obviously, based on the Nürburgring, racetracks, that sort of thing, they've all got no speed limits. You drive to your limits on them. The motorway is not a place to be doing 100, 150, 200 miles an hour. I did giggle when I said performance cars. Quite often you'll come across kind of big saloon diesel cars doing 100, 110 miles an hour. Why? Yes, you'll get there a little bit faster, but you're putting everybody else at an inconvenience. The roads are busier and busier, and chances are that every couple of minutes you're going to come across a car in that lane that is going to be not doing 110 miles an hour. So yeah, you have to slam on your brakes. You're right up their arse at that point. Don't flash at them to get out of the way. You're the one who's at fault. Jesus Christ. See what I mean? I think we were both partly to blame there. I was using my indicator. 12 minutes to 5. 7 minutes we've had 2 incidents. My heart's racing. Yeah, I was using my indicator to move out the way. He was obviously moving into that lane, decided that he saw a car filtering on, and hadn't checked to see if I was indicating and pulled out. I probably should have used my blind spot as well to see exactly what he was doing. Luckily I did it at the right time and got out of the way. Whew. An eventful journey. Where was I? Yeah, again, it helps if you have kind of good reactions and you've got a car that you can see the blind spot from. Always check your blind spots when you're making a manoeuvre. But yeah, cars that are going too fast. So if you're doing 110, 120 miles an hour in the fast lane, breaking all the speed limits, and you have to slam on your brakes and somebody else has to get out of the way for you, and then you accelerate again. Joke's on you, because your fuel efficiency is going to be terrible. You're going to be constantly accelerating and braking, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. I think that the speed cameras, these smart motorways, I think that they're fantastic. I think that everyone should be doing 70. I mean, yes, sometimes I do go slightly over, but I know that my vehicle, you get to about 73 indicated on the, 72 indicated on the cruise control is around about 70 miles an hour, but on the speeder that's about 75. So that is with the sat nav turned on to see what's going on. But yeah, anything more than that, and if you go past the speed camera sign, you should get a ticket. You get these. I'm not saying all BMW and Audi and Mercedes drivers or Ford vans bombing past. Yeah, I'm not saying that they all do this, but the majority of them are the executive saloons, and they get away with it. They do it all the time. you see people doing 80, 90, 100 miles an hour on the fast lane, and not enough tickets are being issued to them. I say I love speed. I love going as fast as I can in the Honda, but I've never had the chance to do it because I haven't done the track day yet. Yes, I do boot it up to 60 miles an hour, but I stay within the speed limit. So my girlfriend calls me a boy racer, but I say that's the distinction, is that I don't do 60 through towns and villages and rev my engine. I rev my engine on the country roads and I do 60 on them, but I don't do that through the villages. I mean, heaven forbid if a kid kind of walked out and I was doing 60 through a 30 or 20 mile an hour village. But people just don't think about that. If you're doing 90 or 100 in the fast lane and somebody has a blowout in front of you and has to slam on the brakes or has to come to an emergency stop, what are you going to do? Your automatic braking systems are not going to help you if you're tailgating somebody. So yeah, I think that's point number 9. I think I've gone through most of the things that annoy me about motorway drivers. Using your mobile phone, obviously, I don't know if I covered that, but I've come across various people. You overtake them and they're sitting on their phones looking down. I've come across quite a few drunk or drugged drivers as well. People who will just be constantly accelerating, braking, swerving, hitting the road markings, going over the cat's eyes, really erratic driving, and you just have to get past them as soon as you can because they're really, really dangerous. So yeah, if you're or if you're high, don't drive. That's common sense, isn't it? So yeah, in this video I probably kind of sound all high and mighty. Like I say, I'm not a perfect driver. That incident with that van illustrated that I probably should have been a little bit more aware. I probably should have been recording a video. It isn't really distracting me. I know exactly what's going on, but it was quite close there. It was both of our faults on that one. So I'll make sure I intersperse some dashcam footage on that as well. I've got various bits of dashcam footage from motorway driving as well as other things. But yeah, this is just a little rant. I mean, none of my YouTube followers will do any of those things. None of your middle lane hoggers, nothing like that. But yeah, if anyone does stumble across this video and you find yourself in the middle lane with the traffic around you, left side or right side, please just go into the left-hand lane. It's there for a reason. But yeah, I'll sign off for this video. Plenty more videos coming from me soon. Make sure you hit that like button if you like what I'm on about. If you don't like what I'm on about, then give me a comment. Obviously opening up that up to the YouTube floor. Like I say, I am not a perfect driver, far from it. But it does seem to me that the standard of UK driving is just getting worse and worse. I've been driving for 7 years. I do more and more miles each year, and it does seem to get worse and worse. People just aren't paying attention. So yeah. Hit that like button, give me a comment, give me a subscribe, and I will see you in a video coming very soon.